Rachel Larson would never have thought that she would inherit an old mansion lost in the woods, once owned by her Uncle Leon, whom she barely remembered. The house was gloomy and dilapidated, but it hid secrets that could change her whole life. As soon as Rachel moved into the house, she began to worry about the strange, frightening silence that reigned in the old walls. This was not an ordinary silence. It seemed to fetter the space, hiding something ancient and ominous. From the first day of staying in the house, Rachel began to notice strange things. At night, she heard the floorboards creaking somewhere, as if someone was walking along the corridors. The curtains moved as if from an invisible wind, and the mirrors began to reflect not her, but some vague silhouettes that disappeared as soon as she turned away. One day, Rachel found an old book in the house with the inscription on the spine, The Theory of Sleep and Forgetting. Leafing through it, she came across a chapter on forgotten dreams, those visions that come to a person but are immediately erased from memory, to later remain in the consciousness only as shadows. The book was strange and frightening, but at the same time fascinating. The last pages described rituals that could return forgotten dreams. Rachel decided that this was nothing more than a myth, but that night she saw her first dream: a dark forest surrounded by gray fog, and a tall figure in a mask standing at its edge. With each subsequent dream, the forest became more and more distinct. Rachel saw herself walking through thick fog, her hands touching damp branches, and someone whispering her name. She did not remember the words, but she woke up with the feeling that a part of herself was losing. Her sleep was shrouded in fear, as if she had to find something important hidden in the depths of the forest. Again and again she returned to this forest in her dreams. One night Rachel noticed that as she approached the masked figure, her memory became more and more shaky, as if she was sinking into a well of forgotten dreams from which there was no escape. Looking into the eyes of the mask, she realized that she saw her own reflection, but an old, distorted one, as if the dreams were absorbing her memories, leaving only emptiness. Waking up, she decided to use the ritual from the book. Candles lit in the room and soft whispers began to fill the air, promising to reveal forgotten secrets to her. After completing the ritual, she fell into sleep, and this time the fog cleared, and the forest opened before her a path leading to a strange, ancient door. She found herself in front of a massive wooden door, engraved with a strange symbol, just like the one on the last page of the book. The door was heavy, and when she opened it, the world went dark. As she entered, Rachel felt as if she were in another reality, surrounded by ghosts of past lives and memories of things she had never known. She saw reflections that moved as if alive in one of the mirrors, and then disappeared, leaving only shadows behind. Suddenly, one of the ghosts, a woman with a sad face, addressed her. "You have come to take your memories from us. Be careful, there is more hidden in them." She felt a cold breath touch her skin, and trying to free herself from the strange obsession, Rachel ran for the exit, but it was gone, as was the door she had just passed. She found herself locked in a world of shadows, surrounded by the past in a dream. Eventually, she met a masked figure who silently handed her a book with ancient inscriptions. Rachel realized that returning to reality would only be possible when she read the last page. Trembling with fear, she opened the book and began to read, each word plunging her deeper into the forgotten secrets of her own life. She saw herself as a child wandering through an old house, heard the voice of the mother she had lost as a child, saw that sad woman who repeated the words over and over, "You are our last chance." Rachel realized that her own dreams were not just visions, but fragments of memories that someone tried to hide. In her last moments, she looked in the mirror again and saw her reflection, but now it was clear, free of fear and anxiety. She returned to reality, but with the knowledge that every dream carries a piece of the past, which will always find a way to manifest itself, no matter what.